Starfield, Bethesda's eagerly awaited new RPG. As we're recording this video, it comes out into early access in just over a month. But will we ever see a PlayStation 5 release? So we all know that Starfield is an Xbox console exclusive, but what are the chances that it will eventually get a PlayStation 5 release, say in a year or 2 years' time? Is this something that could happen, or is it just wishful thinking on the part of PlayStation owners? All the decisions on what goes where for Microsoft and Xbox is based on simply one thing, and it isn't how can we keep this off PlayStation. It's what's going to make the most money while also supporting their brand. Yeah, there's the figures going around the internet saying that if they don't put it on PlayStation, they're missing out on 10 million sales. Yeah, maybe. But it's also an opportunity for them to say, hey, you should come over to Game Pass. So yeah, they lose out on that PlayStation money, but it's an investment in their brand. You should get an Xbox. You should get a PC with Game Pass. Hey, get a badass phone and do cloud streaming on Game Pass as well. They lose out on 10 million sales, but they gain a certain percentage of those people into the Xbox ecosystem. That way they get more money out of those people if they enter the Xbox ecosystem and stay there, rather than if those people just bought a game once. That makes sense for a single player game like Starfield. But you can't apply that approach when you start talking about the big multiplayer games like COD. Then it's different. That's way too much money for them to throw away. If they took COD off PlayStation and said you need to buy an Xbox or a PC to play this game, yeah, some people would do that, but there's so much more money in keeping that multi-platform than there would be for PS5 copies of Starfield. So that's why they did that with COD. If they did that and took COD off PlayStation, the franchise would lose so much money year on year, it will probably kill COD off. Like Minecraft. Minecraft is still multi-platform because it makes too much money for them not to keep it multi-platform. That's why they have the whole Minecraft ecosystem of games on everything. Even games like Minecraft Legends that just came out, and before that Dungeons as well. They want that sweet Switch money. They want the PlayStation money. But Starfield is a new IP. Apart from existing Bethesda studios, Skyrim, Fallout fans, there is no fan base for Starfield. And who's to say those players are even wanting to go into space and play a space game? There's no guarantee that the people on PlayStation that have played Skyrim and Oblivion and Fallout are going to want to play a game set in space. So Xbox look at it and say, what's going to give us the biggest number? They take a hit on sales of Starfield to bring in a certain percentage of players into the Xbox ecosystem. At the end of the day, were Elder Scrolls and Fallout considered massive PlayStation hits? I don't think so. They probably sold on the PS3 just fine, but the PS3 versions of Skyrim and Fallout, like it or not, they were the worst versions of those games. As a modder of Fallout 4 myself, the PlayStation version was the worst version because you couldn't mod it like you could the PC or the Xbox version because you couldn't put external assets into the game. It was a physical impossibility to put assets that did not already exist in the base game and its DLCs into that game for a mod. You had to use what was already there. And when you think about it, Bethesda has a long history with Xbox, going back to the original Xbox and Morrowind. There is no PlayStation version of Morrowind, there never has been. And when you think about Oblivion, you think of the 360 version. When you think of Skyrim, you think of the 360 version. You do not think about the PS3 versions. And the same can be said for Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. When you're thinking of consoles, you think of the Xbox 360 version, not PlayStation 3. So yeah, Xbox and Microsoft won't be losing a ton of multiplayer revenue because Starfield is a single-player game. Remember, they want you to buy skins on COD. They want you to buy Nicki Minaj. They want you to buy Snoop Dogg. They want that sweet, sweet skins money. They want that PlayStation skin money from those PlayStation fools. So they're going to keep it on PlayStation. It doesn't make sense to not put it on PlayStation. So if you're a PlayStation owner and that's all you play on, who have you got to blame for this? In my opinion, you've got to blame Jim Ryan. And you've got to remember, PlayStation is not run outside of Japan anymore. It's run out of Europe by Jim Ryan and his team. They're the ones whose whole ethos was to wrap up third-party games as exclusives. Look at Final Fantasy 16 that just came out. Look at them constantly keeping Final Fantasy 7 Remake off Xbox by giving Square money to do that. The only trouble is they went after a developer who has a long-standing relationship with Xbox in ZeniMax and Bethesda. They wrapped up in a timed exclusive both Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo. And there were really strong rumors at the time going around that they were trying to make Starfield like 100% exclusive to PlayStation, so it would never come out on Xbox. And that's been brought up in the FTC stuff with the Activision Blizzard trial. Well, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and that was they were poking the Microsoft bear too much with that stick, because Microsoft turned around and said, do you know what, we'll just buy ZeniMax then. Problem solved. Phil Spencer just went, nah fam, nah, just bought the whole company. And now during the FTC hearing the other week, it was revealed that in 2021, Phil Spencer made the call to make all future Bethesda games console exclusive to Xbox. In a conversation with Xbox CFO Tim Stewart and Xbox Game Studios chief Matt Booty, Spencer explained that the plan was to make all future Bethesda games of new and existing IPs exclusive to Xbox and PC. Those titles would also be available on Xbox Cloud Gaming on Xbox Game Pass. All games going forward, Stewart recalled asking Booty. Not just new IP, but all games going forward. Wow. Phil told him, all titles going forward, Xbox exclusive. Booty responded. So there you have it. By the looks of things, no, Starfield will never be coming out on a PlayStation. By the looks of it, nothing that Bethesda ever make again is going to come out on PlayStation either. And you know what that means, right? That means no Elder Scrolls 6. That means no Fallout 5 or Fallout New Vegas 2. Whatever comes out of that studio, not on PlayStation. So if you limit yourself to one system to play on, and in this case it's a PlayStation 5, and you like Bethesda games, you're going to have to do some serious thinking of whether you get a PC or you go onto the dark side and get an Xbox. Because going by those quotes, nothing coming out of Bethesda Game Studios will ever come out on PlayStation ever again. So do you agree with this? Let me know in the comments. Do you think there will be some slim chance that Starfield will come out on PlayStation in the future? Let me know. Let everybody know. Let everybody know in the comment section. Stick around on the channel, subscribe, because I'm going to be doing more of this kind of stuff going forwards now. And if you like the video, there's a button for you to press specifically for that purpose. So go ahead, press that button and like this video. Yes. And if you want to support me, you can do by going to patreon.com/overgrumbled and seeing if there is a tier there that is right for you. You can get early access to the ranking of Mega, where I go through every single Sega Mega Drive, Genesis game ever released and rank them according to brilliance, using a super secret scientific formula that I developed myself. And if you can't do that, that's not a problem. Just subscribe, share the video, let the whole world know about the serious business that we're doing here. Yes. Right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.